The Orville shutting down production. Let's talk about it. Well, it's no surprise that one of my favorite shows is the Orville. I mean, Star Trek has kind of abandoned fans and has become aggressive towards fans, and Star Wars has abandoned fans and become aggressive towards fans. So we've moved to the Orville, and the Orville. If you haven't watched the first two seasons, go and watch the first two seasons. The Identity two-parter will just change your mind and blow your mind. Some of the other episodes just really, really hit some good social things that are, that go on and different things. And some are really complete classic Star Trek type stories. Like If the Stars Should Appear, where they find just a, spaceship going through space and they don't know they're on a spaceship and stuff. And wait, that sounds like a very familiar episode. Oh, yes, that's the original Star Trek For the World's Hollow and I've Touched the Sky episode. So, just great homages to those and great new content. And if you head to Twitter and you find all the people that are on Twitter in the Orville, they interact with their fans. They love their fans. Everything is just, it's such a great environment and great, group to be around. All right. Well, here we see that they are shutting down production, which is not a surprise. But they were, down here we're saying that Last Man Standing and Orville were among the last TV series to suspend production. They've been thinking about it, I guess, for the past few days. So they're going to shut down for 3 weeks. I don't know if they're going to be able to do any production things at home. I know that my friend that works at Disney, where he works, he has a special version of Adobe that doesn't need to be connected to the internet, and that to get files in, you got to go through a special room, get it scanned and everything else. To get files out, you have to go through a certification and verification process to get any files out in order to keep any leaks or anything else from going out. So it's highly secure kind of a thing. So as far as like Last Man Standing, they have, studio audience. I've actually been in the Last Man Standing studio audience 3 times. It's a fun show. Tim Allen he loves the audience and stuff and comes out and gives a 2 or 3 minute little comedy sketch for you before anything starts. And then everybody else, the whole show kind of goes on. So the studio audiences definitely need to stop those because you are like extremely close to each other. I mean, the seats, they're like really tiny little office seats all locked together. So that's definitely shouldn't be happening. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully they have quite a few parts done, maybe a few episodes done before they, so they can at least, once everybody gets back, we can at least not have a delay, right? I don't really want a delay. I mean, that would be the worst thing about everything going on is like, we don't want a delay in the Orville. We're getting new comic books. Okay, that's gonna appease me for a little while, but I still need the actual episodes to happen, right? We're getting more, bigger, better, badder episodes since it's moving to Hulu, so let's just continue that. But keep everybody safe, do what the governments and our health, CDC and everything are suggesting, and we'll all make it through. I mean, we're, the United States. We tend to make it through and can do things that other people can't, right? It just seems that way. Reading back in not to go off on a different subject, but going back, as a kid, I did reports on Midway Island and how, there was an aircraft carrier coming out of the Coral Sea that was damaged. It was going to be weeks and weeks to repair it. And once it got into Pearl Harbor, I think they did like a 48-hour turnaround and got it back out to sea so that, the Japanese coming at Midway Island didn't know there was the third aircraft carrier and completely, made their calculations incorrect and helped to change that battle because they miscalculated. And that's just good old American know-how. Just good, we can put our hands to the grindstone and just move forward. I mean, I was listening to the Cold War, what we saw, and one of those episodes kind of went over the Berlin blockade where, Russia had blocked off, any supplies or anything getting to the West Berlin side, and people were going to start dying if they didn't have food or supplies. So the United States, with a few of the allies, were able to fly tons and tons and tons of supplies into these people, over almost a year worth of time. I think they said once they got all of flight time, the distance that these planes flew was the distance from the Earth to the sun, and they had at one point, landing a new plane of supplies almost every 30 seconds. So that's the ingenuity. That's the things that we have, behind us going through this. And I know that, we can all bundle together. I've already seen, watching a thing from Glenn Beck, who was talking about in Italy, they needed some new valves for the ICU, and some guy just said, "I got a 3D printer. Let's make some." So they go get the design, boom, start pumping them out, 3D printing these valves. And I'm like, that's the technology. That's what we need. That's today, right? Just amazing. So I know pretty soon we'll be able to get the Orville back. We'll be able to get Last Man Standing back. We'll get all the other TV shows that are gone. Movies. I'm not. Some of the movies I'm not. I could do without. It seems like. I mean, the movies have all headed in this weird, crazy identity politics, social justice direction, and I just don't really care to see many of them anymore. I mean, I saw Sonic, and that had none of it, and it was just amazingly fun. Saw Jumanji, it had none of that crap, and it was amazingly fun and wonderful. And Jumanji, even though you can now buy it on Vudu, is still in the theater. Well, it's not in the theater now because all the theaters closed. But anyway, it was in the theater and doing really well still. Months and months after it came out. I hopefully maybe through this, Hollywood will sit down and turn around and go, we've lost a lot of money, and our movies aren't making any money anymore because we're on this path. Maybe we should turn around and go the other way, and so we can kind of make money again. But I don't know. I have very little faith in that industry right now. But I know the Orville will come back. We're going to get Orville episodes later on, but they're doing the best thing for their crew and all that. So that's good. So, but I'm torn, right? I really, everybody show up in rubber suits. Okay. Just do that. I'm sure you can make some rubber suits and everybody can wear them to the production. I'm sure no. All right. Anyway, that's me being crazy. All right. Well, stay safe, everybody, and stuff's coming back to the grocery store. There's toilet paper now, all that stuff. Don't go crazy. The food supply is still there. That's the one thing about our free enterprise system. Like, they want to sell stuff, so they're going to get you stuff. What Amazon's hiring because of the demand, 100,000 workers. So all these people that may be losing jobs one place can go get a job at Amazon for a while, and be able to help maintain their families and all that. So anyway, thanks for watching this one again. Take care of yourself.